Just want to revise some fractions before we do some unit conversions because it really helps us out. So recall, if I had 2x over 2, we can say the long way around to say 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 2 once. We're left with 1x over 1, which equals x. But what most people do is the 2's go away and we're left with an x on the top, and since it's 1 on the bottom we can't be bothered writing it down. Okay. Same thing here, I do the numbers and letters separately, so the 4 goes into 12 3 times. Remember that stuff? There's an a here, they go away, so what am I left with? I've got a 3 on the top and I've got a b on the bottom. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to rewrite this one. It's 2 divided by 2 over 3, so we can say that's 2 times, remember we take the second fraction, flip it upside down, and it becomes times. Okay, and I'm going to make this look like a fraction now. So again, I could go ahead in my head and say 2 times 3 is 6, divided by 2 is 3, or I can say there's a 2 on the top, a 2 on the bottom. What am I left with? A 3 on the top. There's only 1 on the bottom. I can't be bothered writing over 1, so I'm done. Alright, so that's going to help us. Anything multiplied by 1 or divided by 1 stays the same, so for example, if I said 30 times 1 is equal to 30, okay, 3 or 2ab times 2 over 2 if I wanted to. I could even do this. Stays the same. That's a funny looking 1. Is that okay? 2 divided by 2 is just a funny looking 1. And I can say it's still going to be the same thing because this 2 can divide it this one or that one. It doesn't matter. And I'm still left with a 2ab on the top. Okay? So that's what we're going to take advantage of, is this funny looking 1s. So in the American football field we've got 360 feet. And we know a truth. A funny looking 1 says that you can either say 1 foot is the same as 3 yards, or you can say 3 yards in 1 foot. Both work the same. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to use to make this work. So if I wanted to use the first one, then I would divide so that I can say, whoops, yeah, what am I doing? I'm not thinking here, sorry. 3 feet per yard, pardon me. 3 feet per 1 yard. 1 yard has 3 feet. Sorry guys. 3 feet. Okay, that makes more sense. So now I'm going to divide. I can say 3 feet per yard. And what happens is, I worry about the numbers. 3 goes into 360 120 times. So I got 120. The feets go away. And I've got this 1 divided by 1 over yards, right? So 1 over yards is the same thing as 1 times, take the second fraction, flip it upside down, yards over 1, or just yards. So yards works really well. So if I know it's a fraction, but it's on the bottom of the second fraction, just flip it up to the top. It works really well. I could have done the same thing, 360 feet. If I felt like multiplying instead of dividing, I could have taken this other one. 1 yard has 3 feet. And again, the feet divide out. I'm left with yards on top. 360 divided by 3. There's a 360 on the top, a 3 on the bottom. 360 divided by 3 is 120 on the top. I'm just left with yards. Yards. Works the same way, right? Okay, same thing down here. 35 inches. If you prefer multiplying or dividing, it doesn't really matter. Inches. We just need that funny looking 1. So we could say there's 12 inches in a foot. 35 divided by 12. Grab a calculator. 35 divided by 12 is 2.917. Inches go away. There's feet on the bottom. So they flip to the top. There we go. But we normally don't say 0.917 feet. We normally say 2 feet and so many inches. So I've got the 0.917 feet. How many inches is that? Well, if I want to multiply, I could say I need feet on the bottom and inches on the top, because that's what I want is inches. So then I know there's 12 inches per 1 foot. There's my funny looking 1. The feet divide away, and I've got 0.917 times 12. 0.917 times 12 is 11.004. I'm just going to round it to 11 inches. So my total is 2 feet 11 inches. Or some will write it as 2 feet 11 inches.